Good morning, my dear students. Today I will discuss type of fraction. So many types of fractions are there. I will discuss from class 3 and 4 maths. At first I will tell you fraction mainly divided by three parts. One is improper fraction, number two is proper fraction, and number three is mixed fraction. From the mixed fraction, improper fraction and proper fraction, it will be goes the different things. Okay, at first I will tell you what is proper fraction. Okay, do you understand? I will tell you at first proper fraction. What is proper fraction? Proper fraction, when it is proper fraction, on that time it is lower than whole numbers. Okay, at first I will, or lower than 1. If it is less than 1, the value of this fraction, that is called the proper fraction. If it is less than 1, if the fraction's value is less than 1, if the fraction's value is less than 1, it is called proper fraction. That means denominators are the greater from numerator or greater than numerator. Do you understand? Denominators are the greater than numerator. That means 5 is greater than 2. If the denominator is greater than numerator, it is called the proper fraction. It will be goes oppositely. When it will be goes as oppositely, it will be changed into a improper fraction. Suppose it is 5 by 2. That means denominators are smaller than numerator. If the lower portion of the fraction is greater than, on that time it is proper fraction. If the lower portion of the fraction, it is called lower portion, and 5 is called the upper portion, or denominator and numerator. If the lower portion of the fraction are smaller than numerator, it is called, or upper portion, it is called improper fraction. I will tell you again, and I want to clear to you. Improper, if it is improper, on that time the value of fraction, it will be goes greater than 1. That means upper portion greater. Okay, upper portion is greater than lower portion. If the upper portion is smaller than lower portion, if the upper portion is smaller than lower portion, it is called the proper fraction. Also I will tell you, when it is proper fraction, on that time denominators are greater than. When it is improper fraction, on that time the lower portion smaller than upper portion, or the denominator smaller than. Denominators are smaller than the numerator. Okay, these are the improper and proper fraction. I will go the next. Like fraction and unlike fraction. Like fraction, when the denominators are the same, on that time these fractions are called like fraction. When it is the denominators are the same. Mind it, which one is the denominators? Lower portion of the fraction, it is called denominators, and upper portion of the fraction, it is called numerator. When the denominators are the same, on that time it is called like fraction. When the denominators are the same, different, on that time it is called unlike fraction. Not the same in their denominator, on that time it is called unlike fraction. It is the unlike and like and unlike fraction. After that I will go the mixed fraction. When it is improper fraction, on that time numerator is greater than denominator, or denominators are the smaller, numerators are less than denominators, numerators. I will tell you again. When it is improper fraction, the value of improper fraction is greater than 1 and value of proper fraction is less than 1. When it is less than 1, on that time it is called the proper fraction. Obviously we should getting or find out the all times it is improper. If it is proper fraction, on that time 5/7, that means denominators are greater than numerators. When it is improper fraction, on that time denominators are the less than numerators. Okay. Mixed fraction. When it is mixed fraction will be come out from improper fraction. If it is improper fraction, on that time we can divide it. 2 2s are 4. After that 1 is in here, 1/2. Whole number and fraction also is in there. On that time it is called mixed fraction. Mixed, that means whole numbers and fraction will be mixed. On that time it will be goes as mixed fraction. That means 2.5, 3 1/4, 5 1/7, 1/7, etc. These are the example of mixed fraction. That means when we can divide the improper fraction, or we can convert an improper fraction into a mixed fraction, we should divide the number, or divide by denominator with numerators. Okay, these are all about the types of fraction. Then I will go for the ascending and descending order, but I will tell you the next, because so many things are there. Simplest form or lowest forms of the fraction. I will go the simplest forms or lowest forms of the fraction. Now I will tell you what is or how to do the lowest form of the it is a fraction. I will convert it into a lower fraction, or sorry, lowest fraction or simplest form. It is called simplest or lowest form. If denominator and numerator will be divided by particular number, that is called the lowest form. How many times? If is it possible 5 times, 6 times, 7 times also you should do it. Okay, at first I will see these numbers, these two numbers, both of these numbers we can divide by 2, because the one's digit is 2 and 0. If we should divide 12 by 2, that is 6. If we should divide 50 by 2, that will go 25. You understand? 6 will be divided by 3 and 2, and 25 will be divided by 5 and 5. That means not have the same number is in there. On that time it is the lowest form of this fraction. It is the lowest form of this fraction. So many homeworks are there from class 4. 57 by 76. 57 by 76. At first we should find out which number this. Both of these number can be divided by which number? 57 by 76. Only divide by 19. If we can divide 57 by 19, it will be goes as 3. Okay. If we can divide 76 by 19, that will be goes as 4. So the lowest form of this fraction is 3 by 4. Do you understand? So these are your homework from class 4, from page number 128. These are your homework. Okay. After that I will go the unlike and like fraction with their comparing by a number line. Like and unlike fraction. Suppose it is third of 8 or 3 of 8. That means we can divide a line with the 8 equally segment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Erase it because 8 parts. Okay. 3 parts are there in the as a numerator. In numerator, D for denominator. Denominator will be the total part and numerator are the selected part. Selected part 3, 1, 2 and 3. So and write here 3 by 8. Like this we should put the fraction in a number line. Okay. After that I will tell you the next and equivalent fraction. What is equivalent fraction? Equivalent fraction. Suppose it is 3 by 4. Equivalent fraction of 3 by 4 is 3. If we will multiply with the same numbers with numerator and denominator, it will be goes as equivalent fraction 6 by 8. Suppose it is 4 by 9. If we should multiply 4 with 7, obviously we should multiply 9 with 7. We will multiply with the same number. If we will multiply with the same number with denominator and numerator, it is called the equivalent fraction. 4 8s are 28 and 7 9s are 63. So this one is the equivalent fraction of this fraction. This one is the equivalent fraction of this fraction. Okay, this one is called the equivalent fraction. Okay, thank you my dear students. Thank you so much. You should do your homework properly and submit it to our WhatsApp group. Thank you.